Welcome back to another episode of SOCOM. One of our very favourite guests is back with us today. It's Shannon Bishop. She's back on the scene in a big way with her latest release, which was actually, what's the title of that song? SOCOM
theme song, yeah.
SOCOM
theme song.
So Shannon is a very special guest of ours. She has been on the show a couple of times. Actually, I think she's probably the only returning guest, actually, that I can think of. But she did write our recent theme song, which we really wanted to acknowledge and have her on the show and say thank you personally. So Shannon, how are you going?
Yeah, good. I mean, best I can be going in the current circumstances.
How are you handling it?
I haven't had this much free time since I was about 12 years old, so I really don't know what to do with myself. In a matter of 3 weeks, I've managed to solve a Rubik's Cube and managed to get that done. I can now do a Rubik's Cube in under 5 minutes. So
you can do it again if you need to. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, wow. I can do it in like 2.5 minutes now.
Oh, that's crazy, because Connor asked us the other day, could he go and buy one? Is that what everyone's doing?
No, I mean, I had that last year because I was like, yeah, I'm going to learn how to do it, and then I never did. And then I had no excuse not to do it anymore. I had nothing else to do.
So who are you sharing your quarantine time with? Anyone special?
My 2 housemates here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we just moved into the house 6 weeks ago.
You know them very well?
Yeah, so I've lived with one for the last 2 years that I've been in Melbourne, and the other one I lived with first year of uni. Then she lived with another couple of our friends last year, and then we've all come back together this year. So,
yeah,
so
it's been really good. Not awkward?
No, it's been really good so far. Like, we're doing a lot of communal cooking and family dinners and movie watching and TV show watching. So it's all been so good so far.
Are they creative type people?
We're all uni students, I'll put it that way. Like, we love once we're finished studying, we love to just sit on the couch and watch some Netflix and talk some shit.
Yeah. What are they studying?
So one's doing the same course as me, which is psychology, and then the other one's doing her double degree in public health and nursing.
Okay. And are you sticking to the rules, or do you sometimes sneak a fella in, or?
No, we've been pretty good actually. Like, there's no crazy stories here. I will say right before quarantine, one of my housemates just snuck in with a special friend for one night only. So good on her. And then the other one has a boyfriend. I've just outed the other one now. The other one has a boyfriend who lives in a share house as well, but his housemates have all gone home. So they're just going between here and his empty house. So
okay.
Not too much rule breaking there, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a really hard challenge actually, because like, as you know, we have about 5 young people living in our house. And I don't know if you follow the statistics, but on the Department of Human Services website, it's the 20 to 29-year-olds that are getting it most. And I have a theory, and it's because they're still doing booty calls. And I think, and the girls are the worst. And so like I don't count Mitchie because he's too young, but certainly the others, you know, the challenge has been finding a balance between boyfriends and girlfriends and physical needs and basically quarantine.
I did have a theory on that as well, because I heard that statistic, I think either yesterday or today, that, you know, 20 to 29-year-old girls are the most susceptible at the minute. And I'm thinking that maybe it has something to do with like the careers that they're in. So like they're more likely to be nurses or have a job like customer service where they're seeing people a lot, whereas guys might be more likely to be like tradies or something, so seeing the same people. So that's my theory.
That's actually a nice theory, except for that a lot of the contractions still at this point have come from overseas where they would have been rooting their brains out. But in saying that, that's a fair point that you make. we'll have to see, I guess, when we get the breakdown of the occupations. But I know the challenges I've had in my house have not been about occupations. It's been about needing to go and, have physical contact, but not just that, I guess, as well. It's about they've also needed their friends, because when you're not in a relationship, it's a long time. So how long have you been in
Quarantine?
Yeah.
Well, I was told not to come into work anymore about 3 weeks ago. Around the same time, all of my sporting commitments, all of my classes went online. Everything was just cancelled in that one stage, and I just made the decision that I would only go outside for like groceries or things like that. So my housemates and I will go to the footy oval that's about 40 metres from our house, kick the footy for 15 minutes and come home.
Oh, nice.
And that's really all we go out for. Or we might do like a lap around the block or something. Just every day we'll do something like that. One of footy, when it was still on, I went to my sister's house and watched that with her, and then the day after that, footy was all sort of all over by then. So I've been here ever since.
So was there a tougher week? Was week 1 tougher than week 3, or have they all been different?
It's honestly blended in for me.
It's like that, isn't it? I agree.
Time is just a social construct at this point. I feel like this is the week between Christmas and New Year when nobody knows what day it is.
Exactly.
That's what it feels like.
And that happened to me after within the first week. I was already by the Wednesday, I was like, is it Wednesday? And are you finding the days are going fast?
Depends what I'm doing in the day. If I'm having a study day, it goes very, very slowly. But if I'm having a day where I decide that I'm going to binge watch an entire season of Survivor, it tends to go pretty quickly.
Yeah, I can't believe. I've had so much fun just making videos and catching up on things, and I actually get to 5 o'clock every day and I'm like, fuck, I must, you do have a lot more interruptions, and even if those interruptions are just a YouTube clip or Facebook, I would say definitely working from home is probably not my ideal setting, because I'm just too easily distracted. But one of the great things, and I'm so excited about, that we're getting to make SOCOMs, and whether they suck or not doesn't matter, because I just love the practice of editing and throwing them together. But yeah, going back to, so you made us that really cool intro. How long did that take you?
I sent you a message 5 or 6 o'clock that night, and I said, hey, can I write you a theme song? And you said yes. And then the time that I sent you the recording, that was that whole time I was just working on it.
But so I think it was 2 hours or something?
I think I was sitting on the couch when I was first trying to write it, and I had the TV on and I was a bit distracted and I had a few ideas coming, and then I went into my room and actually picked up the guitar, and then it all just came together, and I was like, that was easier than I thought it was. I reckon from start to finish, it probably took me 30 minutes to write, and then I did that little just recording off my phone, sent it to you, and you said, that's awesome, but I don't know what you're saying, I can't hear it. So then I downloaded on my phone GarageBand, and I semi-recorded it properly. And then
amazing. It was amazing.
And then
sorry, I think I'm cutting you off there. It was amazing, and we were just saying how catchy it is, and all the time, what is it? Oh fuck! Now I've forgotten it. I was going to go, because I need the whole thing, so usually I go through everyone's name, but quarantine. What is that? Fuck. Coronavirus
edition.
Yeah. Helping us get through our isolation. I just hear that all the time up and down the hall. Someone's on their way to the toilet having a bit of a sing to it. It's really so catchy. It's so catchy. Will they all be wearing pants this time? So it was really perfect for us. So, are you going to give us a little bit of a treat and give us a bit of a rendition of SOCOM Coronavirus Edition theme song?
I think it'd be rude not to.
You're a good sport.
Let me just get my guitar. I don't know if you can see the guitar. That's poorly positioned.
I'm going big screen on you now. I don't know if you're big screen. Are you big screen on me?
I'm big screen on you, yes.
Yeah, that's so I've got big screen at this end.
Tyler, Connor, and Brookie, can we give all Michael and Nick? So come family, we're all grown up with Coronavirus Edition, helping us get through our isolation. Will they all be wearing pants this time? So come along, enjoy the family tonight.
Did you get a chance to see it with the pictures? Have you? Yeah, I linked. Yeah,
I did.
What did you think of that? Do you think it come up good?
Amazing. Amazing. So good. I loved at the end of it. It was just a video of
On the
Tyler
couch.
and everyone laughing on the couch.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect too. No, that was an awesome job. So yeah, thank you so much for that.